Hey YouTube, Doug Wallman. Today in my video I'm going to try to make an apple pie, and it's not strictly for anything instructional. I just want to make an apple pie. Unfortunately, I tested this thing multiple times. It did miss just a little bit. It was just me pouring in the flour from this bag over here that I just opened. And I poured in a teaspoon of salt. So that's all I've done so far. And had a feeling I better check that video. And sure enough, it didn't record the first little bit. But all we have here is 2 1/2 cups of flour. Let's make sure I am correct in that assessment. I'm following a recipe, by the way, that I had AI generate. What I told AI was, this is what the input I provided it: apple pie recipe and instructions, perhaps Hutterite or Mennonite influenced if possible. South Dakota if possible as well. Otherwise, a basic but delicious recipe is fine. And this includes making one's own crust. So that's what this is about. So like I said before, I poured in 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm double checking that I really did do this. I followed the recipe, in 1 teaspoon of salt. So I had just done that. I had a measuring thing. So yes, I did do that. And I'm trying my best to be organized, but yeah. And it wants me to whisk that with a fork. In a large bowl, whisk together flour and salt. Cut in the cold butter with the pastry cutter or with your fingertips until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs with some pea-sized pieces. Gradually add ice water, 1 tablespoon at a time, tossing with a fork until the dough just comes together. Be careful not to overmix. Form the dough into 2 discs, flatten slightly, wrap in a plastic wrap, and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes. So I guess with that in mind, we'll get the apples out of our way for now. Here's our butter. Maybe a better viewing angle would be from above. Probably so. So let's arrange for that. All right, so it wanted me to whisk together the flour and salt. By the way, put in a teaspoon of this stuff, Celtic sea salt. Take a look at these instructions again. Whisk together flour and salt. What's it say? Cut in the cold butter with the pastry cutter or your fingertips until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs, pea-sized pieces. Oh. It's wanting so much ice water. Like 3/4 of a cup. So I probably shouldn't put in quite that much. So yeah, gradually add ice water 1 tablespoon at a time. I didn't exactly listen to the ice water part of it, did I? It's cold water. A guy just does what he knows what to do. I don't know any better. I've dealt a little bit with dough, but not that much. I've made bread. Well, you've noticed, if you've been watching my channel, I do have a few ASMR videos, so I'm kind of hoping this has a similar effect. I didn't employ any fancy miking technique in this video, because honestly, I think it works out better with just a lavalier, but we shall see. I'll maybe give the other method a try in similar videos where I set up a fancy mic. Let's read this again. In a large bowl, whisk together flour and salt. Cut in cold butter with the pastry cutter or your fingertips until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs with some pea-sized slices. Gradually add ice water, 1 tablespoon at a time, tossing with a fork until the dough just comes together. Be careful not to overmix. Well, maybe I better stop then. Might have overmixed it already, according to that. I don't know. I think that's probably about right. Form dough into 2 discs, flatten slightly, wrap in plastic, and refrigerate it for at least 30 minutes. Remember, AI told me to do this. Funny. Yeah. Okay. Say flatten slightly. I think that's what I read. Might as well pick up some of this flour. I don't know if that was a good idea. For at least 30 minutes, huh? Okay. Well, I do have plastic wrap. Not that I know how to use plastic wrap all that great. There's one. Do a little more on this one. While we wait, we gotta flatten it. Duh. Said flatten slightly, but what do I do? Yeah. Kind of overworked it, maybe. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the fridge, which I turned off, by the way, for the purposes of this video. Find a place for it in this disaster. Okay. I better turn on the fridge then. Give me a second to do that. Yeah, we better let the fridge run. Sorry about the noise. Do not have cups, all-purpose flour. Okay, let's go ahead and read the directions some more. So, what time is it now? So at 10:50, I can take that out. So it's 10:20 now. So yeah, I'm doing this pretty late at night. So now I need to prepare the filling. Peel, core, and thinly slice the apples into a large bowl. Toss apples with lemon juice to prevent browning. All right, onto the apple cutting part. Okay. I think they mean like whoa. Great sounds. So how many apples? Here it says 8 to 10 apples, either Granny Smith, Honey Crisp, or both. Well, there's 4 of those. Those were the Granny Smith. Here's the Honey Crisp. So we're going to do a combo. I think that's like 9 apples. I have more if I need more. It's not exactly a paring knife, but it should work fine. Do I know how to pare an apple? Not really. Is that the term? Pare an apple? I don't even know. Is there semi-prepared? Put this in here, I guess. Ooh, they're getting brown already. I don't think it really honestly matters, but well, I better not say that. How would I cut this? Probably that way. Wow. Oh boy. Maybe I'll try a different method next time. Thinly slice the apples, it says. Some of you all nervous about me cutting myself. You should be. No, you shouldn't be. I'm more nervous about how much room this is going to take up recording this video, but it's all good. I'm trying not to record in 4K actually. I have it set up though so it automatically does. So I have to tell it not to every time. This is kind of relaxing in a way. can clearly tell I'm not well versed in this. There's even little apple peels in there. Maybe that shouldn't be there. Peeling's the best part, but probably not for pie. All right. This time we're going to try a different method. I don't know if I like this method. Yeah, I think this is worse. Not sure though. It can be done. Little floaty things in there. This may be an ASMR experience. It may be. Watching a guy cut a bunch of apples. I don't know if I'll do 8, 9, or 10. I'll probably try to do them all. All 9 or all 10. I don't know, we'll find out. I don't know, should I keep them in little or kind of medium-sized slices like that? I don't know. Because I'd thinly slice. Some of you are like, oh, don't do that. My daughter gave me this knife set, by the way. There's others that go with it. I believe this one is appropriate for peeling apples. It works pretty good. I just haven't peeled apples in a while. Hopefully that fridge is actually ASMR for somebody. Or maybe you can't even hear it. I don't know. Let's do this. No, you've got to hear that fridge. I was going to throw all this stuff in here, all the peelings. I digress pretty quickly sometimes, but in other ways I'm fairly focused. We don't need to remove that. This time let's cut it in half and then peel it. Or maybe that'll work. This is the first of the Granny Smith, I do believe. I'll try to remember to peel it so you can see what I'm doing. Getting a little better. Some people would be like, don't do that. Am I peeling like I have experience? I'm not sure what that was. Am I peeling like I have experience or cutting like I do? I do have some, very limited, but I don't know if that's really thin enough. I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, we're gonna peel it first. I'm sure some of you apple pie experts have some serious thoughts right now. But remember, this is only my second time making it. In my whole life, I think. I don't think I've ever otherwise done such a thing. And why put it on YouTube? Because I can, and I like to do stuff like that. Now, when it comes to doing that part, I do prefer this method. I don't even know. Is one of these apples a little more sweet than the other? And if so, would that complement like sweet versus puckery sour? I think that may be the case. I'm not sure. Not sure. Well, if we leave on a small residue of peeling, it's definitely indication that this is homemade apple pie, but we'll still, try not to leave too much behind. There's a way to thinly slice it. Oh yeah, we're gonna peel it first. I enjoy the simple things in life, although sometimes I like to think my mind is complex in a lot of ways. I like to think it's simple and that it enjoys simplicity. It's like the simplicity of good old American days. But, there are some bad things back in days gone by. But we're not going to discuss history right now. It's kind of making me a little hungry. Right, let's do this. Randomly grab one or two and try to make them thinner. Okay. iPad doesn't look like it can keep up. It's losing charge, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Better read ahead, I guess. What's together? Sugars and flour, spices. Well, maybe I could at least give it a rest so it doesn't die on me. Oh yeah, we're gonna peel it first. Just checking to make sure I'm still recording. Wouldn't want you to miss anything. Do you have any favorite apple pie recipes? Looks like I need to drink something. Anybody have any favorite recipes? If so, leave it in the comments section. I'm sure there's things you would do differently. It seems like an awful lot of apple. Just checking. Not so fast. The way I cut, I don't recommend. So, yeah, it's kind of like do as I say, not as I do. Don't want to be responsible for your choice of how to cut based on what you've seen me do or got away with. What's your preferred way to cut an apple? Some people probably have an automated way to do it. Well, I don't. This is the old-fashioned way to cut an apple, I guess. And it's probably not even the right way. I'm probably equally ticking off the old-timers and the more modern folks. They're both probably shaking their head. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe this is the way you do it. I don't know. Ideally, I'd be able to take that dough out of the fridge by now. Oops, I think I went a little too far with this. First I should be peeling it while it's like in a half. But whatever, it all works for me now. Don't forget to dip in there. I'll just leave that little peel on there. That's good. Ooh, that was probably more dangerous than that. That wasn't probably very good what I just did there. If it was a shorter knife, I could do that. I still can, but well, that's the first time I've employed that technique. On the video, anyway. What's your favorite thing about apple pie? I guess for me it would be the simplicity of it. But peach pie honestly sounds really good. But we're doing apple pie, so there. I doubt if there's too many YouTubers that would just go ahead and keep the video recording for the whole duration of peeling like this many apples. I don't think I'm going to go for 10 though. I think we're going to leave it at 9. 9 sounds good. Guys, I don't think I'm going to do that 9th apple. I think 8 is good. All right, let me get cleaned up here. We got our 9 apples. Or sorry, quick correction. We got our 8 apples. Did I say 9? Yeah, this one's gonna go back there. And I still need to clean up. All right, now I have to pour in some sugar, flour, spices, and salt type of stuff, and that's listed not under the crust. Let's move that up there so I don't get mixed up. But the filling. So I guess we need 3/4 cup granulated sugar. And I just bought this from a local grocery store. That was a little friendlier to open than the flour. Now, I don't really have a 3/4 cup, but I have a 1/4 cup here, so I'll do that 3 times. That should work out. I could have actually cut the sugar. I forgot. Sometimes my family does cut sugar, but I guess we're not doing that today. Okay, 3/4 cup sugar, 1 cup packed light brown sugar, I might have to do some more baking or something to justify all this stuff I have. What's in here? I don't know. Okay. How much? 1/2 cup of this. No way. Now there's got to be a way to get that out of there nicely. Probably not though. Pack it. This is only 1/4 of a cup. Again. Pack it. It's packed. I know this kind of noise, the mic would definitely pick that up. I'm just getting a clothespin from my drawer temporarily, or maybe that's how I'll seal it up. I'm just going through the list and determining what's, a flour, spice, and what's a sugar. 1 1/2 tablespoons all-purpose flour. Straight from the bag. There's your 1 tablespoon. Did say that right. 1 1/2 tablespoon. Here we go. that out of here. One teaspoon ground cinnamon. Now I noticed I'm about out of this. I might have to go to the store and get more, but this should be enough for this. One of those people, I try to be reasonably accurate. I mean, I try not to obsess, but yeah, I try to get generally and basically what the recipe calls for. I'm going to screw my lids back on straight. So, 1/2 teaspoon ground nutmeg. Nutmeg. Just making sure I'm reading it twice and 3 times. 1/4 teaspoon, no, 1/2 teaspoon ground nutmeg. I don't mind going just a tad over on nutmeg. That's okay. That was kind of like packing it down, or similar. There's our nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger. I did buy some of that. Oh, it's behind me. It's got flour on top. Ew. No, I do have some that's... It might be easier, even though I did. This isn't as fresh, but I can get to it a little easier. It smells good. So how much of that? 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger. So now I have a lot of ginger to get rid of. And that's not the only 2 I have. 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger. Wonder how many times I've been way back here. I guess it still kind of shows it. One-4 teaspoon salt. At least I have most of these things within reach. Do give me that. That's 1/8. What did it say? 1/4. About like that. One tablespoon lemon juice. There's the crinkly bottle. Should I be, I think we're getting to the point where we need to mix this first, actually. Whisk together sugars, flour, spices, and salt. So I just did the salt, so I better mix it now before I add any type liquid stuff. Say whisk together. I could probably begin by preheating the oven. $425. I'm going to start the oven actually. Make sure nothing's in there. I did empty it. So start, nope, that's not it. Bake, 425, then start. It's got like 8 minutes, which I don't think I can get this already in 8 minutes, but yeah. I can probably move this forward so it's more in the frame, right? I'm trying to read actually. ASMR, except I'm not whispering, doing any of that. I'm probably making some annoying sounds too. Trying not to. So I'm gonna have to drain these apples. So give me a chance to do that. We will spare you that. All right, I got them drained. Let's go put them back in here. All right. Ooh, don't fall asleep. Don't die. I think that's what it just did. Well, I know what to do. We're just gonna mix this in here, I guess. Yeah, my iPad died. It's a really old one. Looks like I could have mixed that better. Sounds like the oven's ready for this. Smells good. Maybe we never did need this for whatever I thought it was going to be for. I don't know. I thought I read that I was supposed to add that. Looks like my iPad's coming back. Ooh. About the only thing I ever use that iPad for is sheet music at church. And I don't even use it for that anymore, really, because I like a paper copy. Hey, wait a second. Yeah, we don't want that in there. I don't have my knife with me, but... Well, there is a knife behind me. You know, that's good. I guess I shouldn't have done that, though, because there's flour in there. And that's raw. I'll be okay. Last bit of that. Oh. Okay. I'm going to have to wash my hands and pick up. So far, I've only dropped a couple pieces of apple on the floor, so that's pretty cool. All right. I'll have to see what's next here. Yeah. Better hurry up and read this, I guess. Assemble the pie. Prepare the filling. That's still kind of where I'm at. Add the dry mixture to the apples and toss to coat evenly, not using any nuts. But it did say if using nuts, fold them in gently. So assemble the pie, preheat oven at 425, which I just did, and it's ready. Grease a 9-inch pie dish. Here's my pie dish I'm making a racket about. It's even got a lid. It's not really 9 inches, but it's 8.75, close enough. For 9-inch recipes, that's what it says. So, okay. Move the scissor out of the way. The iPad. Okay, what's it telling me here? On a lightly floured surface, roll out 1 disc of dough to a 12-inch circle. Carefully transfer the dough to the pie dish, gently pressing it to the bottom and sides, trimming excess dough from the edges. Okay. I think I know what I have to do. I think I know. Sorry about the noise, guys. I'm trying to be sensitive about all that stuff. I think we'll use this for that. What's it say again? On a lightly floured surface, roll out 1 disc of dough to a 12-inch circle. Carefully transfer the dough to the pie dish, gently pressing into the bottom and sides, trimming excess dough from the edges. Add the apple filling to the prepared crust, mounting slightly in the center. Roll out the second disc of dough to an 11-inch circle. Cut vents in the top. Okay. Getting the dough out of the fridge. It was supposed to be lightly. Put that over there. Don't fall. That's probably not lightly. Maybe. Maybe it is. So I have to kind of estimate what 12 inches is, I guess. Ooh, yeah, we don't need that going on. All right, so we're switching cameras because something ran out of battery. I kind of worked it hard this day, so I think that might be good. So let's say carefully transfer the dough to the pie dish. Yeah. I'm gonna have to be really careful. Plus I don't even really have any room. That's why I put flour there so that it would lift up. I think that's why. Well, I estimated the 12-inch thing. There's a repair we have to do right there. Wasn't quite right. Pretty close. Well, let's make it a little thinner, because that's going to be hard to make work. It's a little oblong, is that the word? Seems like it would stretch out easier this direction. But it's gonna tear easier being this thin too. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's not gonna be very easy maneuver here. Well, it's about as good as it's gonna get. I'll try to move this a little bit this way. I'll have to be creative, it says. Yeah, I'll have to be. Stitching from one part. See if that'll work. Just trying to stitch it together so it'll give me the extra dimensions here I need. I almost did it. You know, unless that's actually my top crust. Maybe so. But what do I do with this now? Maybe this is my top crust because it is a little bit short. Trying to put it somewhere safe. Which isn't very many places. Let's try making this one. The longer one. Oh yeah, we need flour under there. Okay. Probably need some flour on top of it too. I see little pieces of butter, like right there. Whoops. I don't know, maybe that's not really a bad thing. I don't know if I should go back this direction. I know I'm spreading it out. I'm trying to make more of a circle this time, but apparently I kind of messed up, at least the last time. I think this one might be a little better. Ooh, that one stretched a little. Okay, we're gonna give this another shot. This is definitely a little more like it, I think. Okay, I think we did it. Let me read this again. Carefully transfer the dough to the pie dish, gently pressing in to the bottom and sides, trimming the excess dough from the edges. That one kind of got folded there. It's a little messed up there, but I think for the most part we're actually okay. I don't know if a pizza cutter would help me here. I don't know. Said to be creative. No. Gotta kind of hurry up. I'm really taking a while, but I don't want to make my rush ruin something either. Okay. I think that part's sealing it together is later. I think that might be ready. Okay, so we're gonna throw these in here, mix this up a little bit again. Making sure I'm still recording. Do I have this in? It doesn't seem to have a problem focusing. I don't know. I don't trust that lens for focusing, but I don't have a choice right now. Wow, that's... I don't know if I need flour in there, but that pretty much formed into a liquid. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. Not sure how much liquid we can put in there and get away with it. So we have that much left over. It says melt the top with melted butter. So I better get out another stick of that. This is a different kind of butter I have in here. That's all right. Interesting. Don't have all day, so I guess we better get to melting the butter in the microwave. So there's that. I'm gonna try to trust that this liquidy stuff is okay. I don't know. Makes me a little nervous. No, that wasn't very smooth. But maybe it was. Here's the leftover dough over here. What's it say? Roll. Add the apple pie filling to the prepared crust, mounting slightly to the center. Roll out the second disc of dough to an 11-inch circle. Cut vents in the top crust to steam to escape. I think I know what it wants. It didn't really explicitly tell me open the door of the microwave so it quits beeping. There's a little vintage right there. Okay. We're gonna have to be a little creative here. Only a guy would probably do that. So, my stepdad's made some jokes when he's being waited on at a restaurant. He knows they don't have apple pie, and every time they ask him what he wants for dessert, he says apple pie and vanilla ice cream. So at least I'm going to make this part of it come true. I want to do the vanilla ice cream too, and I do have an ice cream maker, but this is quite an active love right here trying to get this done. So I don't even know whether or not we'll cut into this when we're done on the video or not. This is definitely not like a beautiful pie, but it is. It is a beautiful pie. How do you do that one? I don't know. There's even a little green coming through. I think that's a peeling. That's funny. I mean, it's got a vent. Being a little more pronounced. Pressing a little harder this time. But too bad I don't have another smaller pie version. This is a little surgery right there. Talked about a vent, so we'll do that. Then it talked about melted butter, with brushing on some melted butter. Okay. What does it say? Roll out second disc of dough to 11-inch, did that. Cut vents and top, did that. For steam to escape. Brush the top crust with melted butter. And I even bought brushes. That's a little bit of butter, isn't it? They probably didn't mean to drown it in butter. So there's that. I'd like to get a little angle of me putting it in. So well, let's see if that's what's actually next. Place the pie on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper to catch any drips. Bake for 20 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to have to find all that stuff. Except I won't find any parchment paper. But a baking sheet I can probably find. Well, the closest I have to a baking sheet is a cookie sheet. Is that what it's called? I don't know, maybe this is that. This might interrupt the flow of heat. I don't know. That's what we got. That's what we got. Let me put it in. Put it in the oven. All right, the moment of truth. Open this up. I actually don't know which rack it goes. I guess we'll do it right there for 20 minutes. Hey Siri, I don't think it wants to listen when I'm recording. But yeah, 20 minutes. And then it will have to be lowered and some more time. Guys, I forgot the egg wash, but I think I'll try to still incorporate it. My bad. See if that won't work. Did I miss something? Because it says remaining egg wash, like I should have used it for something else, I think. And a tablespoon of water. Well, I'm going to have to estimate that because I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, we totally missed that part. Well, maybe at least we can get the top. I'll go ahead and we won't show this part, but yeah, that's too bad. It might not be that necessary. I hope it's not, in a sense. This is the progress it has thus far. Let's see if we can deliver a little bit on this egg wash. Hopefully it's not too much like scrambled eggs on top of a pie. Yeah, something we forgot to do. Or I didn't even really see it. But yeah, it's going back in there. I don't know if that'll help my cause or not. All right, it's been 20 minutes at 425. Now it's telling me to change the temperature to 375 and bake it for an additional 40 to 45 minutes. So I'll reduce it to 375. We got a mess up here now for sure. And this is what it looks like. I mean, it doesn't look like Grandma made it or something, I don't think. Maybe like a guy made it. I don't know, it doesn't look too bad. But it's not done yet either. So probably try 45 minutes or something like that. I'll be back. All right, it's been a little over 45 minutes at 375. Gotta get this out of here. And really, I'd like to turn this off. Okay. We do have a cooling rack. See, I don't want to touch that. Not so much. Now, how to get that on there could be a little tricky. Easy. No. It's going to be hard to get under there. There's some delicious crust. But a tad bit more careful, that wouldn't have happened there, but it's not too bad. How's my presentation? Okay. There's my apple pie. Yeah. There's my apple pie. Well, all right, guys, my apple pie is done. We'll check it out tomorrow. I don't know how much video I'll be able to do. I'm going to take this to my dad, my mom tomorrow, and maybe I'll sneak a little video or at least a picture as we slice into it. It'll be hard not to, I guess, but ta-da! And I don't know if I can't put on this cover right now because it's still cooling off. But look, it even has a cover. I think it could kind of fit. One of these is the top and one the bottom. Yeah, that might actually fit. Except that looks more like a bottom to me. But anywhoozers, not to digress any further. It's been a long night. It's like almost 1:40. Time for bed. So thanks for watching up to this point. But since I don't know if this is really the end, it's not. So see you in the next clip. I did think of one thing. I think I forgot to oil the bottom of the pan, but I think there's maybe, well, it's going to be a little bit of a trick to get it out of there, but it should be okay. And I did get around to doing the egg wash on top at least. That was 20 minutes into the bake time, but it looks like there's got a sheen on there. So it looks good. I mean, aesthetically, it could be better, but for my second attempt, I'm betting my first pie actually did look better, possibly, but it didn't taste better because, like I said before, it had rancid flour, but that's been probably over 10 years ago by now. Perhaps, I don't remember exactly when, but if I didn't already, I'll post a picture of that experience. Anywhoozers, it's late. I don't want to get talking into a tailspin here. Time for bed, like I said, but I thought that is one extra thing I would mention is I do believe I forgot to oil the pan or the pie pan. So that's a little disappointing there, but it is what it is, and it should be delicious. That's what. All right, I got the pie at my parents' place, and we're going to try to cut it and see what happens. I don't know. I think we have to get it out of here first. Looks like it's cutting pretty nice. haven't tried that far yet. I'm just slicing it. I think it will though.
I don't think I buttered mine. Since you forgot to do that, I don't think I did mine on that great pies.
Let's see if this slice comes out. Trying to make it look presentable. Don't have the small plate, so this is what it looks like. It's not soupy or anything, so that's good.
You did a good job on crust too.
Thank you. All right, I'm back, and I'm gonna try my last piece of apple pie. I presume it's the last piece, unless my parents still have some they didn't eat yet. We'll try some vanilla ice cream with it. Of course, I've already had it, but I didn't really showcase it super great because I didn't want to waste a lot of time on video while I was there at my parents' place. But I came back with a couple pieces. One I already ate, and this is my last one. So let's see if we can kind of present it a little better. I mean, I didn't pull out my killer lens for this. But the iPhone's pretty cool. This time I chose ProRes, but I didn't choose like 4K. Any Hoosers, those are boring points for some people. Trying to get a rounded scoop just to kind of present it. I don't think I even have an ice cream scoop. I'm just going to check out how that looks on the camera. Excellent. Well, you don't want to hear me chomping on this, so I'm going to put the microphone somewhere else away, but I will take a bite into it. There's my pie. Yeah, there's my pie. Yum. We'll try to view it from this angle, and I'll clip the mic a little farther away from myself so you don't hear me chomping on this apple pie. No one needs to hear that. Wow, I have to say that was really good. No lie. That was in the fridge for a couple days. So I could taste some of the spices I put in there. Honestly, probably a little more a couple days ago, but overall it was really good. Maybe the ice cream was overpowering some of the nuances, but I do like ice cream or vanilla ice cream with my apple pie. You know, it's not something I actually go for a whole lot, but something in me just wanted to make another apple pie, especially since my first attempt wasn't exactly a success. But it's time to end the video. I do thank you for watching, especially if you made it down this far. Hope you could hear some of that. I appreciate you watching this video, especially down this far. And what else was I gonna say? I hope I'll try to increase the audio where the mic was way down there. But it was very delicious, and like I'll restate a couple of things. Maybe the vanilla ice cream did overpower some of the nuances in this case, or I wasn't paying close enough attention, possibly. But when I did try it at my parents' place, I could definitely taste the spices in there, like the nutmeg and cinnamon and things like that. Honestly, I was hungry and I was basically just like stuffing my face. But anyway, once again, thanks for watching, especially if you made it down this far. I know I've said that probably several times by now. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.